speaking of that, let's segue to Aerith now, like more so focusing on you all as a band. So you talked a little bit, well, a lot now about kind of like some of the influences and some shared influences with bandmates and stuff. Could you talk a little bit more about sort of how Aerith came to be and yeah, that story?
Yeah. So, like I've said, Ken, who is the drummer of Aborted, is like pretty much family. He's like my second brother, and again, would not be in this kind of music or have any type of love for it if it wasn't for him and his family. They're a very musical family. They love metal. I grew up watching Ken start out as a drummer as a kid. He's playing Blink 182 covers in his bedroom to telling me I'm going to be in my dad's band one day. And he became the drummer of his dad's band. Him and his dad's band, and with his cousin on the guitar and two of their really good friends and his dad on vocals, and they were a band for a while, and they were really big in my area. And I mean, if you went to a Bloody Cane local show, some shit was going down. So it was so I grew up with that, being their roadie, helping with sound equipment, learning about music, listening to new music. And so, one of the main things growing up as a kid with Ken, one of the biggest impacts on us was In Flames when all that was going on. And there was a lot of memories. I mean, we listened to Tokyo Showdown, their live album. That shit was in the fucking CD player, going to shows, to Bloody Cane shows, back and forth, driving to the next venues and shit. With that in the CD player for so long, to the point where it got warped. And there were so many fond memories listening to that live album of In Flames. So there's so many memories tied into In Flames, and seeing In Flames, like the first time we saw In Flames, Ozfest 2005, with Black Dahlia Murder, Killswitch, God Forbid, Hatebreed, fucking Behemoth, and Maiden. But the thing was that this is our core root. This was our beginning. This was something that it was a big start for Ken and for myself when it came to metal. Like, Ken grew up on it, but for me, when I mean it was a big start for us, was that I think it was when In Flames really hit us in this melodic style of metal. It was a big it was the first time when you hear something of a music that you're so passionate about and a band comes across and you're just like, oh, that hits me in the soul. Oh fuck. Like I can't not want more of this. It was one of those things. And it was very influential, and it had a lot on Ken's songwriting processes and mine. And it was a core root of our origin when it came of being musicians and influencing us to do certain things. So it kind of just made sense to come back and do that style. And the thing about melodic death metal that's cool is it has such a direct fan base. It hasn't been trendy for a long time. There is kind of a standstill in the scene at the moment, in the genre, but there's still a huge love for it and a huge passion for it. Out of all of the subgenres of metal, that is the entity that is metal. I feel like melodic death metal really stands alone.